Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the topic of the chapter of class 10th, that is control and coordination. So have you wondered about when we touch any hot object, how do you feel? Means how do you get the information like it is hot? Or if you touch any cold thing, how do you feel that why it is means how it is getting into your information like it is cold in nature. Sometimes when someone pinches, information comes into our mind that someone is pinching us. If we are touching any object by closing our eyes, if we have already seen it on that thing also, on that basis also, we can recognize that particular thing. For example, if I make you to close your eyes and I told you to touch the mobile phone and various other things at your home like pencil, book, any other material like glass, plate, bowl. So you can touch by closing your eyes. Even you can imagine what you are holding in your hand. So you can see some information comes into our system, into our body, and we can feel it by touching. So how we are gathering those information, like what we are observing, we are seeing something in front of us, we are hearing, we are tasting. That is just because of the sense. We have several sense organs. Due to those sense organs we can feel all the things of the viewing, means observing the things. We can hear, we can smell, we can taste, and we can touch those things. So in this chapter we are going to discuss about the control and coordination, how all these things are controlled in our body. So first thing is how all the things are being coordinated in human beings. First of all, in this chapter we are going to study about the animals, means human beings basically, and then into the plants. What are the things which are controlling the all the aspects in our body? So as you know, our controlling system in our body is our brain. Now, the second thing is spinal cord. Spinal cord, as you are already aware, brain is inside your head. While the spinal cord is arranged at the back side in the vertebral column. So we are going to discuss about brain and spinal cord majorly. Then we will discuss about the nervous system. What is nervous system? So let us talk about nervous system first. So nervous system. What is nervous system? Actually, all the connections in our body, how we are feeling the hot and the cold object, that is due to the information transferred into a particular cell, that is nerve cell. The nerve cell comprises, when all the nerve cells are present in our body, it comprises of a nervous system. So, first of all, the nervous system, it comprises of nerves or neurons. So, neuron is the basic structural and functional unit of nervous system. As I have told you, the nervous system, it comprises of neurons, and neurons are the basic structural and functional unit of nervous system. It means your nervous system is made up of neurons. Now come to the structure of neuron. That is also very important to learn. What is the structure? In your previous class, that means in ninth class, you have already discussed about the structure of neuron. Here, One more important thing about the neuron is that it is the largest cell of our body also. So neuron is the largest cell, or the correct word should be the longest, not the largest. It should be longest. So it is the longest cell. As it is a cell, so it should comprise of a nucleus. So here we are making one nucleus also. Then at the end, it comprises of the ending portion. Okay, so this is the nerve ending. Now come to the different parts of a neuron. Here, this is actually the cell body, and these are dendrites. These elongated portions, these are dendrites. This is cell body. And if we talk about this long area or long portion, it is the axon. And this axon is covered by the myelin sheath. It is covered with a sheath. Sheath means a layer. That layer is known as myelin sheath. So this is myelin sheath. And here the ending portion, this is the nerve ending. Nerve ending. This, at the end region, you can see these bulb. So these bulb are called as synaptic vesicles. This is synaptic bulb, or you should say synaptic bulb. Now come to the function. We will discuss it. One more term is there, synapse. What is synapse? We can see it here also. Like in synapse, actually one of the neuron, this neuron is again connected to the new or the second neuron. This is how it is connected. So this is the second neuron. So the space between the dendrite of the second neuron and the nerve ending of the first neuron, this is known as the synapse. This space is known as synapse. Okay, so this is the basic structure of a cell, that is nerve cell. Now coming to the function of each of them. Here the dendrites, as you can see the dendrites, they are elongated and they are protruding towards the outer area. So they help in taking the message. For example, if this is any one of the material I am taking, and I am feeling little bit cold as compared to my body temperature, it is little bit cold. So if I am touching this, so the coldness of this marker comes into the sensory organ. Sensory organ means skin. So this skin is in contact inside the skin. These are the nerve cell and its dendrite. Basically, they are uh, just inside my skin. So this skin can feel the coldness. This coldness comes into this neuron and the information passes neuron by neuron and it goes to our brain. Now come to the second thing. After dendrite, we have cell body, and inside the cell body there is nucleus. The cell body, in the information is passed from the dendrite to the cell body, then from the cell body to the axon, as in axon is the longest part, then it goes to the nerve ending. From the nerve ending, as soon as when the information comes through the dendrite, it is in the form of electrical impulse. This is the information coming. Let's say this is information coming, and this information will be in electrical form. Will be in electrical form, in electrical impulses. Now these electrical impulses goes to the nerve ending. Here they will convert into chemical impulse. It means there must be some chemical. So here it will be converted into chemical. So this is chemical impulse. Okay. So this will be the chemical impulse. So that is how the information is being transferred from one neuron to another neuron and to several million neurons. It means in our body, several million neurons are present which are taking the information, passing one by one to the neuron, then to the brain or spinal cord. Now, you can do one more activity at your home. Try to touch each and every object and feel the coldness or hotness of it. Like if I'm touching any kind of object, I can feel whether it is cold, cold or hot. So I can feel it. So how the information is going on, this is just because of the neuron. It means the information is coming to the neuron from the dendrite, passing through the axon, then to the another neuron, then to brain. There are several neurons as in the chain form. Okay, now coming to the next thing. That is more about the nervous system. Okay, so our nervous system basically it comprises of two things. The nervous system. Broadly, we have categorized into two parts, that is the central nervous system and the second one is the peripheral nervous system. Peripheral nervous system. The central nervous system, it comprises of two things, that is brain and spinal cord. Can you locate where is your brain, where is your spinal cord? So if you want to locate, your brain is present in the head region. So you can feel the tough part inside it, brain is there. This tough part, we will learn it later on what it is called as. It is called as cranium. So inside the cranium, we have brain. Then spinal cord. Where is your spinal cord? At the back side of your, you can feel your vertebral column. Vertebral column it arises from your brain and it passes till the back portion. So inside it, thread like structures are there inside the vertebral column. These are spinal cord. So next thing, the peripheral nervous system. The peripheral nervous system, it basically comprises of two things, the autonomic autonomic and somatic. Autonomic is further, actually it is why it is called as autonomic. Auto means self. Auto means self. This word we have already discussed in chapter 1, that is life process. Okay, so you must learn what is the meaning of auto. Auto means self. So it means there is no involvement of our body. This type of nervous system works on its own. So autonomic nervous system, it is again divided into two parts. It is again divided into two parts, that is sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system. So parasympathetic nervous system. Now, what are the function of these two, sympathetic and parasympathetic? So basically, when let us talk about one example. You might have heard about when we means you must have feel when we move or when we run. Sometimes it happens after running, you feel beating of your heart. It gets so high, means your heartbeat becomes very high. Now what is going on after sometimes, will it be as it was after running? No, it will not. It will decrease. So how it is decreasing? Just because of this nervous system. When you are running, the one of the system of the autonomic, either the sympathetic or parasympathetic, it will work and it will increase our heart rate. But when you will stop running, what will happen? Another system, that is parasympathetic system, it will work upon and it will slow down the rate of our heartbeat. Okay, so that is how this sympathetic and parasympathetic are antagonistic in nature. Antagonistic. You are again coming to the new word, that is antagonistic. Antagonistic means which are opposite to each other. Antagonistic means opposite to each other. Opposite to each other, it means, for example, one example already I have given you of the heartbeat. Second example you can take of, like sometimes if our body is getting high fever, so our body temperature will increase. Again, another system will work, it will decrease down our body temperature. Next thing is, you can take several examples. Okay, so sympathetic and parasympathetic are antagonistic in nature. It means opposite. अगर एक किसी चीज को इंक्रीज कर रहा है तो दूसरा वाला उसी चीज को डिक्रीज करेगा. It means it will help us down. For example, the blood pressure, you can take the example of blood pressure as well. For example, sometimes it happens the blood pressure of a normal adult, it becomes increased from the normal blood pressure. Just recall what is the normal blood pressure of human adult. It is 120 by 80 mm of Hg. We have already discussed in previous chapter, that is life process. So in case of blood pressure also, if one of them is increasing the blood pressure, the second one will help in decreasing the blood pressure. It means making it to normal condition. Okay, so that is the work of sympathetic and parasympathetic. Okay, so now we are moving ahead. About the peripheral nervous system, just learn one more thing. Like peripheral nervous system, it comprises of the cranial nerves. So we have 31 pair of cranial nerves. If we talk about rabbit, it has 37. But just remember about you, that is human being, that is 31 cranial nerves. Okay. So now we are moving ahead with the next topic, that is about the brain. That is the most important topic. Several time questions have been asked in 5 marks. So brain is to be learned by heart. to each and every one of you. So you will get more question in the board examination with the topic brain. So we will move ahead with the brain, then spinal cord. We will learn about spinal cord also. We are here. We will discuss about brain now. So you might be aware where the brain is present. So brain is present in the cranium. Cranium is the very tough part, means hard part of our body, which is going to protect. So first of all, we are going to talk about the protection, how the brain is being protected. So brain, you're also having your computer classes. So you might be aware of CPU, Central Processing Unit. Actually, your brain is somewhat like that. है ना? Brain. So brain is controlling every part of your body. Okay, so brain is like your CPU. Brain, basically it is present in your head. Head में present होता है आपका ये. Then it is protected. Let us talk about its protection. So it is protected by the cranium. Cranium. After cranium, it has three layers. Those three layers are known as meninges. Meninges. Okay, so these are three layers of meninges. So you can see the diagram over here. These are three layers. So you can see two spaces between these three layers. So these three layers comprises of one fluid inside it. That fluid is known as cerebrospinal fluid. What is this? So these three layers are meninges. And this fluid is known as cerebro. Just learn the spellings also very carefully. Cerebro. Just see how I am pronouncing it. Pronunciation is much more important, and then spelling is also very, very, very important to you. So it is cerebro spinal fluid. Okay. Cranium is the hard bone. You can touch, you can feel one hard cavity is there. Inside that cranium there are three layers, and between those three layers one fluid is present known as cerebrospinal fluid. And what is the function of this cranium, this cerebrospinal fluid? Actually, this is cerebrospinal fluid. It helps in absorbing the shock whenever someone punches you in your head. So that punch is being absorbed by this fluid, so it will not harm you. Okay, so it will absorb the the shock external shock को absorb करेगा, and it will protect us. Okay, so protection, 2 marks question come from this. Many time it has come, protection से question आया हुआ है बहुत ज़्यादा. How your brain is protected. So just include these three things in your answer. First is cranium, then this meninges and cerebrospinal fluid. Just involve these three headings. Now talking about the structure of brain. When you will see in the NCERT, you will feel that the structure of brain is very difficult. But let us learn how to make it in an easy way. So every question you have seen question mark, it is somewhat like this. So we have to just enlarge this structure of question mark. For making this diagram of brain, just remember what is the structure of question mark. So you can learn by this. First of all, just make this question mark in this format. Okay, just make it like this. Then make one elongated wedge type structure here, a tube like structure. Then from this, make some curvings. Okay, make some curvings. Here, just include this thing. Then at this portion, make one this type of structure like a tree. Then in a 3D format, we will make it like this. Then join these lines here. Give a normal shading to it. And then make one circle inside it and join it here also. Then here start making inverted and proper U and inverted U like this. So it will give the structure of a part of your brain. So I have made inverted U and straight U so that you can learn. It is not compulsory to make it in such a direction only. You can make it in any of the direction, but maintain that direction in whole region. So it will give you the structure of cerebrum. So actually this portion is cerebrum, and most of the portion contains cerebrum. So this is cerebrum. Now coming again to this portion, I am again starting it here. This will serve as spinal cord. Make it from here also. Okay. So just make it elongated. It will work as a spinal cord. Now here we have, so actually we have prepared our brain. Inside this, actually this portion is cerebrum. So now we are labeling it. This is cerebrum. As we have discussed about the protection of the brain, so that is cranium. This layer is cranium. Cranium. Make it double or triple also, so that we can see the view of meninges. So this is meninges. Inside it, the second one is meninges. This is cerebellum. This is this was cerebrum and this is cerebellum. This one is pons. And this is medulla oblongata. Oblongata. This portion is actually known as hindbrain. This is called as hindbrain. These three portions, cerebellum, pons and medulla, comprises of hindbrain. Hindbrain means actually hind word is used for the back portion. Hindbrain is present here, this portion. This is hindbrain, and you might also have seen if someone hits at this portion. That portion is very delicate, and I will later on tell you why the person basically got fainted, or it is fatal also. It means the person be can get death also, but means he can be killed also just because of hitting at this portion. This portion just comprises of cerebellum, pons and medulla oblongata, that is hindbrain. Cerebrum, this one, this is the forebrain. Cerebrum is forebrain. And this is the midbrain, this portion. This portion is midbrain. In for brain, cerebrum and one gland also come. This gland is known as hypothalamus. This is known as hypothalamus. Okay, so this is hypothalamus. This is one of the gland. So this is the portion of the